The most certain sign of wisdom is cheerfulness. On the highest throne in the world, we still sit only on our own bottom. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. I do not care so much what I am to others, as I care what I am to myself. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. When I am attacked by gloomy thoughts, nothing helps me so much as running to my books. They quickly absorb me and banish the clouds from my mind. He who fears he shall suffer, already suffers what he fears. If I speak of myself in different ways, that is because I look at myself in different ways. If you press me to say why I loved him, I can say no more than because he was he and I was I. Learned we may be with another man's learning. We can only be wise with wisdom of our own. Nothing fixes a thing so intensely in the memory as the wish to forget it. I am afraid that our eyes are bigger than our stomachs, and that we have more curiosity than understanding. We grasp at everything, but catch nothing except wind. There is nothing more notable in Socrates than that he found time, when he was an old man, to learn music and dancing, and thought it time well spent. Man is certainly stark mad. He cannot make a worm, and yet he will be making gods by dozens. Nothing is so firmly believed as that which we least know. Lend yourself to others, but give yourself to yourself. If there is such a thing as a good marriage, it is because it resembles friendship rather than love. I prefer the company of peasants, because they have not been educated sufficiently to reason incorrectly. To forbid us anything is to make us have a mind for it. How many things served us yesterday for articles of faith, which today are fables for us? I find I am much prouder of the victory I obtain over myself, when, in the very ardor of dispute, I make myself submit to my adversary's force of reason, than I am pleased with the victory I obtain over him through his weakness. Obsession is the wellspring of genius and madness. Let us give nature a chance. She knows her business better than we do. Off I go, rummaging about in books for sayings which please me. Marriage may be compared to a cage. The birds outside frantic to get in, and those inside frantic to get out. I speak the truth, not so much as I would, but as much as I dare. And I dare a little more as I grow older. My art and profession is to live. The greater part of the world's troubles are due to questions of grammar. Confidence in others' honesty is no light testimony of one's own integrity. Every man has within himself the entire human condition. He who establishes his argument by noise and command shows that his reason is weak. The most fruitful and natural exercise for our minds is, in my opinion, conversation. I do not believe, from what I have been told about this people, that there is anything barbarous or savage about them, except that we all call barbarous anything that is contrary to our own habits. When I dance, I dance. When I sleep, I sleep. Yes. And when I walk alone in a beautiful orchard, if my thoughts drift to far-off matters for some part of the time, for some other part, I lead them back again to the walk, the orchard, to the sweetness of this solitude, to myself. Ignorance is the softest pillow on which a man can rest his head. Marriage happens as with cages. The birds without despair to get in, and those within despair of getting out. Every movement reveals us. Not being able to govern events, I govern myself. There is no knowledge so hard to acquire as the knowledge of how to live this life well and naturally. No wind favors he who has no destined port. Kings and philosophers shit, and so do ladies. I know that the arms of friendship are long enough to reach from the one end of the world to the other. If I am pressed to say why I loved him, I feel it can only be explained by replying, because it was he. Because it was me. I have never seen a greater monster or miracle than myself. No man is exempt from saying silly things. The mischief is to say them deliberately. Why do people respect the package rather than the man? Other people do not see you at all, but guess at you by uncertain conjectures. There is as much difference between us and ourselves as there is between us and others. My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened. I want us to be doing things, prolonging life's duties as much as we can. I want death to find me planting my cabbages, neither worrying about it nor the unfinished gardening. There is no desire more natural than the desire of knowledge. It is a disaster that wisdom forbids you to be satisfied with yourself, and always sends you away dissatisfied and fearful, whereas stubbornness and foolhardiness fill their hosts with joy and assurance. You need to have sex, so that the woman then follows you with a mattress. We trouble our life by thoughts about death, and our death by thoughts about life. I listen with attention to the judgment of all men. But so far as I can remember, I have followed none but my own. The thing I fear most is fear. Saying is one thing, and doing is another. If ordinary people complain that I speak too much of myself, I complain that they do not even think of themselves. Life itself is neither a good nor an evil. Life is where good or evil find a place, depending on how you make it for them. I enjoy books as misers enjoy treasures, because I know I can enjoy them whenever I please.